May not stop for a while. We're going to get a lot of rain around the area this evening. This could help out in a tremendous way with the drought situation across the Gulf Coast. We just finished out the month of April with a rainfall deficit over 3 inches for the month and nearly 1 foot for the year. And we're about to do some catching up because we have abundant showers moving in from the west. Now, hasn't really made it totally across the forecast area yet. We've seen spotty light rain in our area today so far, but checking it out, we've got some significant rain starting to build towards Dolphin Island. That's lifting to the north. We're seeing light showers in Mobile and West Mobile now, and then we've got a solid wall of rain back into Greene County, George County, and Jackson County. That's going to continue to build in from the east and likely will be with us on and off as we head into the overnight hours. The Panhandle's quieter for now, but we will see some showers mixed in with some thunderstorms along the beaches into the early morning hours tonight. So Dolphin Island getting a soaking. Here it comes. It's starting to spread in from the west end towards the east end. This is also filling in towards the Fort Morgan Road area, Fort Morgan Peninsula. We're starting to get some rain showers now in Bayou La Battery, and that's lifting up towards Grand Bay. And further up we go with the showers starting to cover most of Greene County and George County now. Washington County, most of Washington County in rain, and this is continuing to build over into Clark County. Monroe County, you're about to see the rain starting. If you haven't seen it already, it's already raining now in Franklin. Checking out our futurecast, this is 8 o'clock. It doesn't look a whole lot different than it does now. The rain's just a little further to the east. Our rain chances will continue into the overnight hours. There it is at 10 o'clock tonight. Abundant showers in the area. We may see a few thunderstorms. Most of the instability is going to be out over the Gulf, but we may see some elevated convection, some thunderstorms in the area, possibly briefly 1 or 2 strong storms across the Panhandle into the early morning hours. And this all will begin to clear at around daybreak Saturday morning. And I've got good news for Saturday, and that is that after, say, mid-morning, we should see the rain coming to an end. It's going to be substantially cooler on Saturday, too. Our temperatures will be in the 50s tomorrow morning. We're going to continue to break down this forecast as we go through the newscast here on Fox 10.
All right, thank you, Jason. Rescue crews back at Cedar Point Pier this morning, continuing the search for 20-year-old CJ Pitts. All of this started after family members say Pitts was fishing with 3 others yesterday morning when it happened around 2 a.m. Police say he was sitting on the banister of a pier trying to untangle his fishing line. He lost his footing and fell backwards into the water. Officials say strong currents quickly made conditions dangerous. The Mobile County Sheriff's Office has been joined by other agencies and volunteers assisting with the search.
The nationwide average for a gallon of gas has jumped again. AAA saying prices are up more than 30 cents in a week. Iran has submitted a new peace proposal to Pakistani mediators as President Trump is telling Congress hostilities with Iran ended with an April 7th ceasefire. Karen Kaifa has the very latest on the conflict's pressures abroad and at home.
U.S. gas prices making another overnight surge.
I cried when I saw $4.22 last night, but I passed it straight. Now I'm going to pay $4.69.
The nationwide average for a gallon of gas spiked 9 cents to $4.39 Friday, according to AAA. In some parts of the country, prices are even higher. This gas station in the California Bay Area topping $7 a gallon Thursday.
I used to fill it up with 60, 80 bucks. Now I'm looking at between 130, 150.
The ongoing U.S.-Iran ceasefire hung in the balance on Friday after sources said Iran submitted a fresh peace proposal to Pakistani mediators, sparking hope the two countries could come back to the negotiating table.
They want to make it deal so badly, but they're not there yet.
The Trump administration facing pressure on multiple fronts abroad and at home.
President Trump is constrained by the midterms. He's constrained by the War Powers Act. He's constrained by the public at home. Whereas you're right, the Iranian regime is only constrained by how much they can essentially get away with.
Experts say even when the conflict ends, if the Strait of Hormuz reopens for normal business, it will take months for U.S. gas prices to recover.
We've already lost 1 billion barrels of oil due to the shutdown, and now U.S. exports of oil and products are also hitting new records as countries start buying our oil, gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel.
AAA's nationwide average for a gallon of regular gas on February 26th, before the U.S. and Israel launched strikes on Iran, was $2.98. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Great news for anglers and visitors to Gulf State Park Pier today.
Yeah, after long renovations and delays, the observation deck at the end of the 1,500-foot pier is now open. And this elevated deck is going to give people who go to the pier a unique perspective at the end.
Yeah, and more importantly, it's a safe way to observe fishing activities from above and behind the anglers. Gulf State Park Pier has undergone extensive renovations since Hurricane Sally caused damage to it in 2020.
Yeah, the storm wiping out a 200-foot section of the pier. It reopened in 2023, but the observation deck, that stayed closed until now. The state needed to install and certify an ADA-compliant elevator before it was opened back to the public. And some of the people we caught up with say today was a great day.
I have neuropathy in my feet, so to walk out here would just be too much for me. So I have a mobility scooter, and it allows me to come out here, which just appears 1,540 feet long, which is over a quarter mile one way. So, you know, that's why I have this scooter, and it really helps me.
The observation deck is open from 7 to 7 daily. Folks we spoke with today seem to enjoy the experience. You're going to hear from more of them on Fox 10 News at 5.
All right, checking out I-10 right now. Things are flowing along pretty well, but there's some things to keep in mind. Number one, it's Friday. Number two, the rush hour is fast approaching, and so is the rain. As we look at our road weather index, we definitely have wet roads where the areas in green are showing up here on the map, and we do have the potential of some ponding on the roadways. In fact, there's a strong likelihood that's going to be going on overnight tonight. Checking out the Wallace Tunnel area, everything looks good. I like the Bayway right now, I-65 north and southbound. I'm not seeing any big problems out there. It does look like we have some slowdowns on Highway 59 trying to get down southbound into Gulf Shores, and that's about it. I'll have a complete traffic update coming up at the bottom of the hour. We'll check on those roads. We're also watching rain on radar.
Breaking right now, Alabama lawmakers will be holding a special session days after the Supreme Court struck down Louisiana's second majority black congressional district.
This is reversing a stance that led to the second majority black district in Alabama just 3 years ago. Alabama political correspondent Jessica Umbro joins us live in the Capitol studio. Jessica, why'd she change her mind?
We had a lot of back and forth here. Oh, Governor Ivey did change her mind, as we had covered in the previous days. She had said that the state wasn't in a position to hold a special session, now changing course. And in that announcement, she said that the emergency motions filed by Secretary of State Wes Allen and Attorney General Steve Marshall yesterday evening helped to lead to this decision. Governor Ivey says that lawmakers can be allowed to prepare to use previously drawn maps just in case the courts lift that injunction that enforced the use of those court-ordered maps through the next census. She says if the injunction is lifted, the state will go back to the legislature-drawn 2023 map for congressional districts and a 2021 map for those state Senate districts. Both of those had been changed after the Supreme Court's Milligan versus Allen ruling, when the highest court said race could be used to draw maps. Earlier this week, the Louisiana versus Calais decision said race could almost never be used. I sat down with Attorney General Marshall just minutes after the special session was announced. He says Alabama's court order will make it more complicated to change its map compared to other states who have said that they'll do the same. But the NAACP says all of this is bringing Alabama backwards.
While Calais is very helpful for us being able to move forward in the arguments defending Alabama's prior maps, we still need to be able to seek the relief either from the Supreme Court or from the three-judge panel, allowing us to be able to proceed.
I think it is an atrocity, and I do think the Supreme Court has betrayed black voters, betrayed America, and betrayed our democracy.
Governor Ivey also said in that announcement that she's calling on lawmakers to hold a special primary election for the U.S. House districts and the state Senate districts whose borders were changed through these court-drawn maps. However, Secretary of State Wes Allen right now said that nothing has changed with respect to the May 19th primary. We'll be updating you on air and online with any developments as they take place. Live in Montgomery, Jessica Umbro, Fox 10 News.
All right, Jessica, a story we will continue talking about. Lawmakers are going to meet at 4 p.m. on Monday for this special session.
And the governor says she expects the legislature to finish within 5 days.
Well, still ahead here on Fox 10 News at 4. Think you've got the voice to match the Star-Spangled Banner? You could win an all expenses paid trip to Nashville and see your performance air right here on Fox 10 and on stations across our country. So how can you enter? We've got the details coming up. Also, a shark follows a surfer for more than a mile, and a chunky sea lion named Chonkers goes viral. That's coming up in today's Take a Look at This. Let's go see what the beach looks like. Much of the same as you've seen in Mobile. Gray, dark clouds over the beach as well. Not the best beach day, but it is cooler out there, and that's always nice on your Friday. We'll be right back.
I think you can sing the national anthem better than anyone else. If so, we want to find out. Yeah.
No, I'm not going to sing for you.
Come on, Shelby. You can do it.
Fox 10 and our parent company, Gray Media, are launching the Star Spangled Sing-Off, a contest inviting you to submit your best a cappella rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. The winner gets an all-expenses paid trip to Nashville to film a performance, and it's going to air right here on Fox 10 and Gray Media stations across the country.
That's pretty cool. It's all part of our We the People initiative, celebrating America's 250th birthday ahead of the 4th of July. So submissions are open now through May 31st. Go right to foxntv.com to enter and also check out the rules. The link is at the top of the homepage, right above the Fox 10 logo. We have a lot of talented people in the local area.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, I'm betting someone from this area is going to win this thing.
I think they could, and I've already got some names in mind of some of my friends who sing at church or different things like that I could send this option to.
Yes, I've got someone from our church too.
We need to tell them about it. Submit your rendition, and yeah, you might win.
Oh, she'll blow it out. She's really good.
All right, we do have raindrops on the lens there. Some showers starting to spread in over Mobile now, and there's a lot more on the way coming up from the south part of the county. And it's heading into Baldwin County, too. The rain is moving in for the evening, it appears, across the Gulf Coast. And we are looking at numerous showers back off to the west, mainly just showers. There are some rumbles of thunder out over the Gulf, but most of this is just light to moderate rain. We will be getting heavier and heavier downpours as the evening progresses, and we're seeing some of that already down around Dolphin Island. All that's lifting to the north, and so you can actually see the rain developing in place over Mobile County now and spreading in along the eastern shore. We're still in the spotty drizzle and light stuff for Pensacola for now, but it's headed your way too. And there are plenty of showers to the north into Washington and Clark County. Let's go on a little radar tour here. An uptick in the rain rates around Dolphin Island and Alabama Port. That's spreading out over the bay and tracking towards Mullet Point and Point Clear. We are looking at rain beginning in Mobile, but there's still some gaps in it here out over West Mobile. Pretty soon, the moderate to heavier rain is going to be coming up from the Grand Bay and Theodore area and lifting to the north. As we go back to the east here, not as much happening, and we are still on the spotty end of it with rain over the east side of the area. We've got entire counties covered in moderate to heavy rain, though, in George County, in Greene County, and Washington County. And this is our best chance in a long time to actually put a little dent in the drought. This is going to give us some relief that will last for a while here, because we could pick up a couple of inches of rain in parts of the forecast area tonight, 2 to 3 inches possible. Checking Thomasville and Grove Hill with some moderate rain ongoing. Most of Clark County is wet now, so a lot of spots are getting the rain, and we do expect things to look about the same on the radar at 7:30 tonight. The only difference will be the rain's going to be a little bit further on off to the east. As we go into the 10:30 time frame, we will be on guard for a few thunderstorms mixing in with the rain, especially near the immediate coast. Most of the severe threat is going to stay out over the Gulf, and you can see some very, very big storms there, but that is offshore. And looking for us overnight at midnight, it's highly likely that a good number of us are seeing showers. If we do see severe weather, it's going to be along the immediate coast of the Panhandle. Primary threats will be thunderstorms with damaging winds and hail along and south of I-10, Pensacola, Navarre, Destin. This is around 4 a.m. showing that kicking through and out of here. And so Saturday, We're going to clear by the second part of the day. Both Saturday afternoon and Sunday look like wonderful weather situations for us. As far as the severe weather outlook, there is a marginal risk a little further to our east and a slight risk shading over towards Panama City. But this is not really coming together for us. The instability is just too low. So here's the breakdown. Tomorrow morning, still some leftover rain and storms, and I'm talking early morning, maybe while it's still dark. After sunrise, it's going to clear fast and a high of 73 on Saturday. It will be breezy on Saturday and Sunday. Highs only in the 70s on Sunday as well, with a morning low of 48. Kind of a cool start for this time of the year. Looking ahead next week, the weather does get more unsettled again for the second part of the week. We can start to see spotty showers on Wednesday and another good shot at rain on Thursday. Definitely, we've seen the pattern change we expect, and we're on the doorstep of seeing some beneficial rain to help with the drought coming to our area, just starting to enter the forecast area right now.
I'm enjoying it. The rain needed, and then the cooler temperature has been nice too.
It is refreshing.
This not so refreshing. A pair of surfers spot and outrun a shark that was in hot pursuit.
And it was all caught on camera. So let's go to Jeremy Roth with today's Take a Look at This.
Oh my God, go for you! Run! Run, go!
A pair of California surfers have a whale of a tale and the video to back it up after they say a curious shark chased one of them for over a mile. Tavis Boise and his friend Ron Takeda were hydrofoil surfing off the California coast when Boise says they glided over a shark, apparently sparking its curiosity because it began closely following Takeda and didn't stop, Boise says, for more than a mile. Boise watched as the shark, which he says was roughly 10 to 11 feet long, tailed his buddy before eventually losing interest. Boise said Takeda performed amazingly in the tense situation and also said sharks are cool animals, which, if treated respectfully, will leave you alone. But if you glide right over them, they may become curious. Curiosities have been piqued in the San Francisco Bay Area by a big fat sea lion gone viral for his big fat booty. Hey, sorry buddy, but it's true. Still rude. This is Chonkers, an enormous 2,000-pound stellar sea lion that, according to KGO, earned his nickname after showing up and showing out on San Fran's famous Pier 39, dwarfing his blubbery sunbathing brethren. But harbor officials say Chonkers is no Bay Area newbie.
He's been coming and going for the last 15 years, and this is the longest we've ever seen him stay.
And look, there's no body shaming here. The stellar species is significantly larger than typical California sea lions, so looky-loos are understandably going bonkers for Chonkers, flocking to marvel at the majestic mass of this lovable, dock-rockin', blubber-luggin' Bay Area chubby bubba. It's mostly water weight, so there. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Okay. After the break, M&Ms are celebrating an iconic movie with the sequel coming out. The details in your entertainment news next. That'll be all.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
I was listening about this today. A Utah judge is calling the relationship between two reality stars toxic and dysfunctional.
Dueling protective orders were granted for Taylor Frankie Paul and her ex-boyfriend Dakota Mortensen. The judge ordering the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives stars to stay at least 100 feet apart for the next 3 years.
A ruling on custody for their 2-year-old son is expected within 10 days. The court's decision follows allegations of domestic violence from both, which recently led ABC to scrap Paul's season of The Bachelorette. I think just from hearing the judge rule in this case, he seems like he gets it from what we've seen on watching the show. They both do seem toxic to each other, and it seems like both are in the wrong. And at the end of the day, it's all about their 2-year-old son. It should be.
Yeah.
And that is what the judge seems to have top of mind, of course.
So. Well, we'll see if they adhere to that order, because sometimes when you do have such a relationship like that, it's hard to keep your distance.
That's exactly what's been going on. It's hard for them to stay away from each other, and then this never-ending cycle. So hopefully this will put some boundaries and they can get it together.
Yeah. Well, M&M's releasing a limited edition color to celebrate The Devil Wears Prada 2.
The cerulean-hued candies are a nod to Meryl Streep's iconic line in the original movie. Her character Miranda Priestley crisply comments on her assistant's lumpy blue sweater color, telling Anne Hathaway's character Andy that her sweater is not just blue, it's turquoise. It's not lapis, it's cerulean.
Yeah, cerulean colored, and M&M's are going to be in that box in a sweater pattern. In a nod to that, Miranda explainer. They'll be available in limited quantities, or at least they were, because when I went online, they were sold out. Oh. Devil Wears Prada, though, 2 is out in theaters right now. I want to go see it, but I'm going to see it with a girlfriend, and we can't go see it until next week. So I'm going to have to stay off social media and not hear any spoilers because I have to wait.
That's such an iconic movie, the first one.
The first one was, yes.
I hope this one's really good.
Why is no one ready? I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it.
Well, next up, we're going to dive into the big breaking stories that we're working on for your Most Local News at 5.
And then this story.
There are rural hospitals and rural labor and delivery units all over the country that have been closing for the past several years.
Yeah, we've talked about it here in Alabama as well. Where you live can change how far you travel and how much you pay to have a baby. Next, how maternity care gaps can drive up cost and what families can do to plan ahead.
And we are watching your beach forecast, which has got some issue tomorrow, just basically because we have cooler temperatures and a breezy northerly wind. The rip current risk is fairly low. And we'll also see some clouds around in the morning. Coming up on Fox 10 News, we'll have your complete weekend outlook, and we'll track all this rain rolling into the forecast.
Behind the scenes, working on your breaking news updates for Fox News at 5.
Yeah, first, one of Mobile's oldest cold cases coming to a close today. Nearly 30 years later. An emotional day for the victim's family. You're going to hear their reaction coming up.
And also, prices still high at the pump and at the store. Consumers are looking for any break they can get. Starting today, you'll find one, and it's right at the checkout. We'll tell you what you need to know. Also, Fox 10 giving back to children in the community, why efforts go beyond one day's worth of labor, and how you can participate in the continuation of that work. Fox News at 5 is going to start in about 30 minutes from right now.
All right, tracking conditions out there with our Eastern Shore Toyota view. We're starting to see the rain filling in all around the east end of Dauphin Island. We have some heavy downpours at times, rain ongoing down this way right now. We're keeping track of it here on our Fox 10 weather app. This is a handy tool to have when the weather's active and checking it out. There is a broad area of rain, and this is a free app for your smartphone or tablet. You can download it and you'll be able to keep track of what's going on in the weather from home or from wherever you are if you're out and about this weekend. And I don't expect rain on Saturday much. It may rain a little bit in the morning. Sunday should be fine. It's mainly tonight that we have a lot to be keeping an eye on with rain and showers and a few thunderstorms. We also have our Fox 10 Gulfstream app, which is for your smart TV, and it can work on a Roku or on an Amazon stick, or also on the Amazon TV, Amazon Prime, or on Apple TV. And you can see there as we click on our storm tracker section here, you've got an updated forecast with Hannah on there. We've got a segment called Next Weather. We take a look back. Tonight we're not going to see this, but about this time, late April in 2014, we had a historic flood in Baldwin County and in Escambia County near Pensacola. Nicholas has a look at that. Here's where we stand on radar right now, and boy, the rain's spreading in. Western side of the area looking wet. It should be a wet evening commute for a lot of folks as you head home. And, a lot of folks like to go to the grocery store on Friday evenings, get ready for the weekend, and you're just going to have to battle the rain tonight. It may be better to put that off and go in the morning. We are looking at rain across the area right now showing up, and let's do some zooming in here. First of all, most of the lightning and thunder is out over the Gulf, so we're not seeing anything that's severe, but if you look at the colors here, when it starts to turn yellow and orange or red, those are higher reflectivity rates. And so that's where we're starting to get into that moderate and heavy rain. And we've had light rain on and off a lot of the day today in Mobile, but we're about to get some heavier rain. We're already seeing it up near Tolmanville, Pritchard, and Chickasaw. And then we've got some heavier rain spreading in towards Mobile Regional Airport. Right now it's down around Seven Hills and Grand Bay, but it will be moving up past Union Church and into Mobile shortly. We're also looking at moderate rain throughout Baldwin County. You can see north of Foley, a lot of downpours here coming in off the bay. And then further to the north, it's mostly light to moderate, but all of Washington County, all of Clark County, Greene County, George County seeing steady rain. No end to this in sight anytime soon. So we're getting the rain. It's going to help a lot with the drought. Coming up on Fox 10 News, we're going to see an end to this by tomorrow morning. We'll look at the timing on that, check out some models, and get you ready for the weekend.
All right, thanks, Jason. Spirit Airlines is getting ready to ground its planes for good. The Wall Street Journal reporting the ailing budget airline had been hoping to finalize a $500 million lifeline. It hasn't been able to get sufficient support, though, between certain bondholders. The government also not able to secure the funding to keep it in business. Spirit is now moving forward with plans to liquidate its aircraft fleet and shut down. So far, no information on the timing of that.
Well, this is a story Fox 10 News has covered in depth, and now it's a national scale. Where you live can affect whether pregnancy care is easy and whether it costs you extra time and money. And this Watching Your Wallet consumer investigator Carice Jackman explains why maternity deserts add to the challenges and what expectant parents can plan ahead.
35% of counties in the United States today are maternity deserts. That means there is not a single birthing facility or clinical professional that can deliver your baby. And so that can drive up costs because women have to travel further distances for care. And oftentimes it results in unnecessary complications because care is delayed.
For many families, access to maternity care can depend on zip code. Erin McKay with the National Partnership for Women and Families says longer travel for care can also mean higher cost. She says hospital closures and provider shortages are part of the problem.
There are rural hospitals and rural labor and delivery units all over the country that have been closing for the past several years. The National Partnership recently did an analysis and found that with some of the funding cuts that states are expecting, and another 130 labor and delivery units in rural parts of the country are at risk of closing. And so that is going to make care harder to access and going to further drive up costs.
McKay says families should think early about what kind of maternity care team they need and what may be covered where they live.
Maybe there is a hospital that has a midwifery practice. Maybe they live in a state where their state Medicaid programs covers doula services.
Once you have a plan, McKay says call ahead and ask the hospital or provider for a good faith estimate so you have a better idea of what you may owe. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Carice Jackman.
Thousands of young children are harmed every year by common household items. More than 240,000 kids 5 and under were treated in U.S. emergency rooms for cleaning product injuries over a 16-year period. And that's according to a new study in the journal Pediatrics. Bleach, laundry, and dish detergents were most commonly involved. 60% of cases involved ingestion and nearly 40% resulted from contact. Experts say store cleaning products up high in their original containers and out of reach. Children and also choose child-resistant packaging and teach kids these products are dangerous. If you're ever concerned about exposure, just call the Poison Control Helpline number to put your mind at ease or to tell you to go get help. Their number is 1-800-222-1222.
The countdown is on before the world's game will take over the U.S. ahead of the FIFA World Cup. We're going to show you why soccer fans say it's more than just a match. Today, golfers in Mobile were out and about for this year's Little Sisters of the Poor tournament.
Yeah, the event supports the home's elderly residents, and those who participated got to enjoy not only a tournament, but delicious lunch and prizes. Dr. David Bronner with the event said it all started with a woman from Wetumpka who needed help.
Had burned down her house 2 times, living alone, and all her family was gone. And we got her in down here, and I got sort of interested in something that I thought was quite remarkable, and that is caring about very old people that can't take care of themselves.
Everyone united on the golf course in support of the Little Sisters of the Poor. It's a Catholic women's religious order that serves elderly poor.
All right, here's what we're seeing out there. We've been needing the rain, and here it is. It's coming in, but it's making for a mess on this Friday evening. The rain is spreading in across the forecast area right now. You can see it in Mobile County and in Baldwin County. We're seeing showers around Pensacola as well, and this could be a really good soaking to help with the drought conditions across the area. We are looking at numerous showers, occasionally some rumbles of thunder offshore, but so far that stayed offshore for now. May get some of that rumbling going on as we get closer to the evening hours or overnight tonight. And it looks like the rain's kind of moving in for the evening. It's just basically developing in place, Mobile County and Baldwin County right now. We have seen an uptick at times with our rainfall rates, both over Dolphin Island. We're seeing it now in Fairhope, Daphne getting some downpours. It's light to moderate over Mobile, but it does pick up out towards Mobile Regional Airport. We're getting a real good shower right now. Rain throughout George County and Greene County. So it's raining pretty much top to bottom in Mobile County now. All of our Mississippi counties, all of Washington County and Clark County getting rain now, and it's spreading into Monroe County where it's pretty much raining everywhere. It's a little lighter in the south part of the county. Looking at our futurecast here for tonight and through the overnight hours tonight, we expect to see a continuation of what we're seeing on radar right now. The only difference will be is that late tonight, as this low pressure area begins to spin up, we can start to see some thunderstorms near the immediate coast. Most of the rough weather is going to be offshore and could be pretty epic out in the Gulf, but in the inland areas, we are talking about mainly moderate rain and a steady moderate rain with temperatures only in the 50s. Even across the Panhandle, the models are not predicting the warm front to come ashore. We're talking about temperatures in the upper 50s with rain overnight tonight in Pensacola and Destin. It's actually going to have a little bit of a chilly feel to it, and we'll see that on your Saturday morning with a breeze, with some dampness in the air, showers fading out, and temperatures in the 50s to start the day on our Saturday. Later into the day on Saturday, we will clear off, and it does look good for Sunday. So if you do have weekend plans, just know that the second part of the weekend looks great, and really Saturday will be pretty good too. That rain confined mainly to the morning hours. We're going to see temperatures in the 70s across the area on both Saturday and Sunday. We expect to see overnight lows in the 40s. We do have some 40s across the area for our overnight lows as we get into Saturday night. So the forecast is changing. We'll check out your 7-day forecast coming up on Fox 10 News at 5.
All right, thank you, Jason. 41 days until the world comes to our country. It's FIFA World Cup Soccer.
The tournament plays out in 11 cities in the U.S. in June, and our goal is to make sure you know the sport and how it works.
Reporter Alex Flippen shows us unique fan culture from an FC Dallas soccer match and how their passion creates community.
For most people, this is just a game. Let's go! Oh, not again! It's this and this every single game. At an FC Dallas soccer tailgate we visited, we met Gina S. What's your last name?
Esquerren.
And I gotta roll those R's?
I know, it's hard. It's double R, so you have to roll it twice.
Gina Esqueri doesn't blend in. She stands out. Part fan, part organizer, part community builder.
They always make a comment like, oh my gosh, I never see a female. My kids, my mom, my nieces, nephews, neighbors. I want to come join you. It looks like you're having so much fun.
And a quick scroll through her Instagram page confirms it. For Gina, a soccer game day isn't just about the match.
Well, you have to be ready to go wild. Because we go wild, especially when we score goals. Like, everything will be in the air.
It's about the moment and who you share it with.
I'm mic'd up.
Clay Massey found soccer in a unique way.
I got into it to try and impress a girl, and we actually ended up coming to an FC Dallas game, and I met some of the people that are standing right behind us. I was hooked. I had to come back.
But not with that girl. The relationship did not last.
No, definitely not.
But the game stuck.
I mean, that's just look around. Like, that's something I think that has always impressed me, is that the groups out here have built that community.
Then the match starts. And just like that, the energy can turn. In the heat of the back and forth on the field, I went looking for Gina in the supporters section. She was nowhere to be found, so I kept looking and found her. Not in the stands, but at a concession stand, with a disheartened look on her face as she watched a game taking place right behind her on a TV with family, trying to will something to change. This is the part you don't see in highlights, when the energy drops and the doubt sets in. Until, with a kick of a ball, Gina was back on her feet, back in the moment, like nothing ever went wrong. She told me this is what it means to be a fan. You ride the highs, you survive the lows, and you keep showing up.
People need to get out and experience it before they decide to say, nobody likes soccer in America.
It's bigger than people realize.
Yeah.
And for Gina, that's exactly why she keeps coming back. No matter how the game goes, she'll be right back in that parking lot, ready to go wild all over again.
With photojournalist extraordinaire Vince Parker, for Football Frenzy, I'm Alex Flippin.
Oh, what a wealth of knowledge there. Love that story. And so you can have access to this content too. I've got our Gulfstream pulled up for you here. Just download it if you have a smart TV or a streaming device like Roku, which is what I'm using. Scroll on over once you have the app open until you see sports, and then click that and go to Football Frenzy. Imagine, if you will. We'll get back to that in a minute. This is streaming, so you know sometimes these things will come up. Let's reset and do it again. But this is your easiest way to get access to all of the content that we have there about our Football Frenzy showcase, as we are trying to help you enjoy the World Cup as it's happening, because not a lot of people are in tune with soccer. You know, my daughter plays, so I love this stuff. Here we go. So look, you've got the overtime soccer counts, you've got the National Soccer Hall of Fame showcases, talking about the newcomers, the Federation Executive Director, all sorts of good stuff there. And again, this is available on the Fox 10 Gulfstream.
Kentucky Derby superfans turn race day into full-on costume drama. See how one couple's over-the-top outfit turns heads at Churchill Downs. I didn't realize it's already Kentucky Derby time.
I did. I got a lot of friends. They're all about the Kentucky Derby.
Well, yeah, tomorrow the gates are going to drop and the Kentucky Derby will be off to the races.
Mm-hmm. And maybe when you think about the Derby, you think about mint juleps, bourbon if you like alcohol, but definitely the fascinators and all the other fashion that comes along with those hats. Every year, there's something that happens that's over the top.
Mm-hmm. Shannon Kogan introduces us to the couple you're just not going to miss.
They've gone to the Kentucky Derby dressed as Mary Poppins and Bert, Scarlett O'Hara and Rhett Butler from Gone with the Wind, complete with the mustache, and Jack and Rose from the Titanic.
I just think life is too short to not go all out.
Everywhere, Carrie and Jeff Ketterman of Court and Go at Churchill Downs, like when they dressed as Meet Me in St. Louis, people stop mid-mint julep sip to stare. Carrie's been to the Derby every year since 1997, thanks to her dad.
I grew up going to Churchill Downs because of him, and he took me to my first Derby, and I was hooked. Absolutely hooked.
Their extravagant attire started nearly 15 years ago. Carrie decided she and Jeff should go as Eliza and Professor Higgins from My Fair Lady. The picture hangs in what she calls their mini Derby museum.
This is the down the stretch stairway.
Oh, look at all those hats. Oh my gosh.
I ran out of space. So that was probably the first one I really went.
Oh, and you're
out.
on the front page of the paper.
Come on, two!
She says their friends watching coverage at home have made a game out of it.
It's like take a shot every time they see the Kettermans walking through the paddock.
For Derby 150, they dressed how everyone would have in 1875.
So I think it's theme, then hat, then the rest of the look.
Now, Jeff, does she ever come up with an idea and tell you about it and you're like,
I've many times, yes. Well, the French Rococo I finally gave into, and actually that was a pretty good idea. They all wanted my tri-corner hat, so it's like, okay, that was a good idea. You win again.
I looked over halfway through the day and I was like, told you, French Rococo was a good look.
It's so funny. Carrie is a huge I Love Lucy fan, so much so they even have this trailer.
This is the Not So Long trailer based off the movie, The Long, Long Trailer. It's our favorite movie starring Lucy and Desi.
They have pictures hanging up inside with the star couple's daughter and the actor who played Little Ricky. So, of course, for the Derby, Carrie's dressed as Lucy in Ziegfeld Follies.
Why not have fun with it? Like, I meet so many people that are like, oh, should I wear this? And they're like really nervous about what other people will think. But if it's making you smile and you're having fun with it, I say go with it. Why not?
Carrie always makes the hats and most of the ensemble. And guests who go to the old Capitol Tea Room they run in their home might get to see some of them.
I call it theater, whether we sing or do trivia, we do murder mysteries, story times, and then it's a chance to use these pieces again.
So what's the plan for Derby 152?
Because it was such a dark year in 2025, lost my dad kind of unexpectedly and his sister, and it was just one thing after another. So I thought, oh good, tulle, lots of flowers, and just spring, and enjoy spring again and kind of a fresh start.
She spent several weeks working on it. Jeff's is still coming together.
This is my first piece of my Derby outfit that finally arrived. My suit is coming. It's a champagne suit. It's being tailor-made.
Just like the two of them, tailor-made for each other.
Over the years, yes, I have grown to love Derby and appreciate the tradition very much. And I just like the fact that she loves it so much, and I know what it means to her. So whatever she wants to do, I'll go along with it.
Carrie says her dad had a special nickname for her.
I think lately, the new term has been the Queen of Derby, so I love that. So I hope he's looking down and can follow us around on Derby Day.
Shelby Myers is in the studio with the very latest. And Shelby, Corey Bailey Walker was before a judge today.
Yeah, he was, Lenise. Bailey Walker is charged with discharging a gun, reckless endangerment, attempting to elude, and tampering with physical evidence. His total bond is $19,000. This is video from last night on Dolphin Island Parkway. You can see how quickly those Mobile police officers were flying by. They say officers were responding to a burglary call near DIP in Boykin when they saw Bailey Walker fire a gun and then take off. Police say he later threw that gun out the window during the chase. Officers caught up with him and arrested him on Hamilton Road near DIP. They were also able to get that gun. Bailey Walker is expected to be back in court on Wednesday. In the studio tonight, Shelby Myers, Fox 10 News.